Hello ladies and gentlemen, Victorian Cowboy here bringing you another game of League of Legends, this time coming from the top lane as Constable Trundle. So, it looks like we're going to be against a Rengar in the top lane, and their Olaf then would be the jungler, but he didn't take Smite. No one on the team has a Smite, so it means that our Lee Sin is going to have an easy time taking several of their items, or several of their jungle camps and several of the objectives, because they don't have a smite to really contest it. It also looks like we're going to invade their red. So let's just see what we can do. Coming up around, gonna hide in here. He's not going to come into the bush though, so that Rengar, if he comes back, we're going to have some issues. If he doesn't come back though, we're going to be okay. Ooh. He sees that that ward got placed. Oh no, we are against an Olaf, it would appear. So we're just going to sit here. No, it looks like the Olaf is the jungler, and they've hit both of our people in the bush. They didn't hit me though, so we're going to sit here and wait and see what we can do. But no, Olaf appears to be their jungle, and we've got about 10 seconds till the jungle camp spawn. So we're going to go for a Blade of a Ruin King first, and then we're going to go pretty much tank after that. Get a Sunfire and boots and whatnot.
This will only hurt a lot.
Gonna give them a good leash, take their red, and then I'm gonna get to lane. Oh, but they're waiting for me in my bush up there. So that's going to mean that they know we took it, which I figured they did, but that they're also going to try and get me early on. Or are they running two tops and no jungle? So I'm going to come around the backside because I don't really want to run in against that. And I'm going to let my team know that they are running indeed two top, which is going to be something a little different. I'm going to have to do a lot of farming under tower here, it would appear.
Smashing.
But we're going to take as many of these as we can. We did miss a couple there though, because especially early on, farming under tower isn't the greatest thing. We are missing Rengar. Is Rengar just going to be roam? And see, I keep pushing the lane, so pushing the lane is not what I want to be doing right now. Well, not exactly pushing the lane. Oh, he's going to... Oh, and I couldn't get my second bite off. If I could have gotten that bite off, it would have been quite a different story top lane. But I couldn't quite pull that one off. So I'm going to teleport back up to lane because I can't afford to miss the minions up here. And now it looks like one of them is missing again. Ooh, and I was running backwards. That's what I get for not watching what I'm doing. Now then, I did do quite a bit of damage, but I did burn my ignite early on him, which wasn't exactly a good idea. But I was hoping to keep the lifesteal down that he could throw on me. Ooh, and I dodged the bolo barely. But he can just, because he's a little further advanced than me, I just don't want to try and brace him, because that'll be just a no-win scenario for me. Now then, I'm also very mindful of, or I was trying to be mindful of where they were. But it was just, I got a little too focused on the farm there, and let myself get up there to where I could be ganked easily by the Trundle, or by, not the Trundle, I am the Trundle, by the Olaf.
I like my
So I am the 2 kills the
fair
enemy team
fight.
has because I'm going against 2 as one person. And I need to just settle myself down because yes, this isn't as common as a lot of different uh, metas, but it is doing work, and our Lee Sin is playing
Time
jungle,
to
so
start an ice age.
he is taking care of the jungle. Which I mean, we do need somebody out there
King of
to cover
trolls
the
coming through.
jungle and help the other lanes out. So I just need to suck it up and really just get the job done here.
The
I need to
Freljord
become
is
the troll I
mine.
was supposed to be.
An ally has been slain.
No, then
An
Rengar's
enemy
missing,
has been
but I
slain.
can't push, and I'm going to be
An
pushing the
ally
lane
has
each
The
been
time.
trolls
slain.
So
are
I just want to
going to war.
stay in range of the experience. Maybe snipe a minion here or there,
Oxbow chief,
but not do
troll
too
king.
much in an aggressive fashion because I cannot fight out there, especially against 2 of them. And if they just come behind me,
I'm
I'll
troll
just end up
judge,
feeding my
troll
lane.
glory, and
So it's really
executioner of
important that I
trolls.
just last hit as much as possible while still maintaining a safety net of sorts. And the
Oh,
trouble is, because
they
it's
look
a Rengar,
angry.
I have no way of really fighting him, or I have no way of outrunning him because he
I'm
just
not
gets
of
into the
age,
bushes
but they're about to be.
and it's game over for me. So we're just going to sit here and freeze the lane as much as we can, but because they're pushing it our way, it's way too easy to push it
King of
back at
trolls
them
coming through.
just based on... Oh, and there's the Rengar.
Rise.
Based on how the minion mechanics work.
Nobody
Ooh, and I have to
trespasses in
sneeze.
my town.
But we are going to get as many of these as we can, like I said before. Oh, but the minions started hitting that one. So
Time
it
to
was
start an
unfortunate.
ice age.
And I don't know whether... Oh, nope, there's the Rengar. I can see him up there now. But again, the goal here, just
An
wait it
enemy
out,
has been
get
slain.
the
Golden
experience from
eye.
this. One of them is 6, the Olaf is 6, the Rengar not 6 quite yet.
An enemy has been slain.
The trolls are going to
But
war.
we are going to manage to get that, and we just became 6.
Tonight, I'm feeling greedy.
But let's see if we can get him. So Lee Sin managed to pick that one up. Now I've just got to be careful of Rengar coming in here and kind of cleaning me up.
Oh,
So I'm
they
just
look
going to recall
angry.
now from someplace safe. The Rengar is still MIA though. Oh, no he's not. He's down bot. But it doesn't look like he's doing anything there. So we are going to pick up the components of our Blade of the Rune King,
Freljord is
because
mine.
that's going to be a good purchase. And then from there, we'll finish the Bork hopefully, and then just get armor, because they are all damage-based top laners, rather than a mage
Troll
and a...
king.
What would have been scary is if they went Rise and Rengar, or excuse me, Rise and Olaf, because then I'd have to not only worry about getting
I
armor
like
but
my
also
boots
magic.
with a
And
fierce
right now,
stripe.
really their only magic is Zareth. I mean, they do have a Morgana bot, but it looks like we're shutting down bot lane, so
I'm troll
that's
judge,
not as
troll
much of an issue.
glory, and
But the Rengar is
executioner
missing
of
again,
trolls.
so as much as I want to go in and keep pushing this, which is my first instinct, I know that that wouldn't be wise. Oh,
Oh,
there's
they look
Olaf.
angry.
I thought he was going to get a little excited and go down and try and help, at which point I would have tried to take him out.
Time to start an
But
ice age.
he is not. They are going to push this, however, again. And while they push it, I'm going to have one heck of a time really trying to do anything. but I will try and catch some of the farm here.
You're in my kingdom now.
Oof. But I am chugging my potion. I'm going to try and farm up. Trundle's passive gives him
They're about to be.
lifesteal from every minion death. He steals for 3% of his max health. So that's something that is always a good thing to keep in mind. That's why I try to stay close to the minions, is as long as I'm killing them, I'm going to get some tankiness.
An
Ooh.
ally has been slain.
But there's not a lot I can do. They're just going to bully me around right now. And Lee Sin, I mean, the Rengar's mid, so I need to just always try to see if I can find the Rengar. Because as long as I can find the Rengar, I know whether or not I can actually engage. And once I get some tankiness and finish my pork, I'll be able to do so much more in light of just going in and fighting him. But now that he's gone missing, we're going to level up our frozen domain next, by the way. Oh,
An ally has been slain.
I did not see him coming up. And I guess I don't even know what that Rengar is trying to say, but
Shut down.
what it does mean. I mean, I did call it,
Did I break something?
and now they're going to come back towards me. So I need to just recall, get something to help me just combat this this Olaf, and see if I can't come back to lane a little tougher, a little stronger. Actually, I should get some boots next. Get some boots and a couple of health pots. 4 health pots. And then we should be able to just run back to lane without it getting too pushed by him. I hope. But as you can see, they're really going aggressive. He's level 9, I'm level 8. So it's not the greatest thing. He does have... How many kills does he? He has 2 kills, and I've only managed to kill him once. Though I could... Oh, nope, there he is. He does have blue buff as well. But I could possibly all-in him and successfully take him down. I'd really like to see him just make the mistake of coming in under tower. Because if he were to come in under tower, I could just wipe the floor with him. But again, I don't have vision on a Rengar, so I don't really want to engage super hard, for the sole reason that if Rengar is here, he's going to wreck my day. And then everybody's going to say, why are you feeding top lane? But we are going to just take him as much as we can, because he chose to come in on us. So because he made that choice and Rengar is mid, we are just going to push this out as much as possible. So we're going to pop the Frozen Domain. It gives us an attack speed boost. And our Chomp gives us a damage boost. So I've got 9 seconds to really do as much damage to this tower as I possibly can. Which is exactly what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to just keep chomping it, because remember, your Chomp does proc on the tower. And we will actually take that tower, and then we should get out of here. But I do really just want to push this lane out before I recall. Now that we've got that pushing, I'm just going to recall from where I am, because I don't really want to go back up there and fight him, especially without my ult, because my ult drains 20% or 20% of an enemy champion's maximum health as magic damage, and their armor magic resist, and I get boosts from that. So because I can get a boost from that, it's really nice, and it gives me that edge. It's why he can't just sit there and wail on me. Plus, I now have a Blade of the Rune King or a Bork, which will give me the distinct advantage of being able to chunk him on just percentage health. And then I'll probably get a Mercury Stretch for them one, a little bit of magic resist, and two,
I'm full with the plan.
just the ability it gives me to slow an enemy. Because although I do have a slow, it's not the most convenient of slows. So things are, however, looking up for us a little bit.
King of trolls.
Rengar is missing, so if we can find where the Rengar is, I'd feel a lot more
Ally
comfortable
has been slain.
than just coming in. Oh, there's the Rengar. And so he wants to come in again. I will oblige him. And I will just come back and farm lane.
They cross.
As you can see, I play somewhat more passively, so I don't want to engage fights even if I do stand an advantage, for the sole reason that I'd feel responsible if I were not to
Did
get the
I
kill.
break something?
But he is missing still, so we'll see what we can do to find him. With my luck, I'll run into a Rengar though.
Not troll chief. Trolls king. King.
And in fact, I may... Oh, no, their red is gone. And I don't know where the Olaf is. So I'm just going to recall and level up my armor a little bit. Make myself a little tankier. Because really with Trundle, you get that one damage item early, and then you go tank for a while. And once your tank is, and once you get sufficiently tanky, so usually a Spirit Visage for the Lifesteal Vamp, and a Sunfire Cape,
I like my humor.
then you can go back and maybe get, a Hydra or something else that does some decent damage to him. Oh, no, there he is. I have no clue where he keeps going. He's not the one who's carrying red buff ever. So it's very interesting to see. And now he's got a minion wave with him, so I don't really want to engage him with that minion wave around, because it's going to just mean that they'll damage me. But we will just clear this out as quickly as we can, because the more time I can keep him pushed away, the better. Now, I don't know where the Olaf went, but I'm just going to push this lane out again, because then it gives me the opportunity to, if I feel like it, roam. But Trundle is exceptionally good at split pushing, due to his ability to split, or to take towers and whatnot. So Rengar looks to be down in the bottom half of the jungle, which is something good for me to know. I'm going to come over here and place my ward so I can know if anybody's coming up from in front of me to gank.
This is Troll Town.
And then we're just going to come in here and wail on these things until we can potentially get another tower. Because if we can just keep pushing the towers down and just do our own thing in top lane, ooh, bottom lane lost a tower. But if we can push top lane enough, oh, someone's coming. There's the Olaf. Then we'll be in really good shape. Because we've started winning top lane.
I'm the troll with the plan.
But he does have his Hydra now, so he's got the damage ability. He was trying to recall. I'm not entirely sure whether that was to just bait me or what. Rengar is still mid. But we're just going to go in on him and end him. Oh. I should have just kept on him or backed off. So I made the mistake of I got distracted. I started glancing at my minimap to see where people were, and it cost me a kill, and it actually caused me to die. So map awareness is a good thing, but not at the sake of dying to someone. So I should have gone in on him. I should have kept going after him since I had committed that far. I ran out of minions under tower, so that allowed him to just come after me as hard as he pleased. But we are going to get our Giant's Belt, so if we can get just a little tankier, we're going to have a very nice time of keeping this lane and keeping the battle going towards us. Because I'm now 1-3-1 and he's 3-2-1. but at the same time,
Control charge.
in a fight,
Go
we're
for it
fairly
and
even.
execute.
And had I played that slightly more intelligently, I think it would have played out in my favor. So as you can see, you make a simple mistake and it does cost you. Who is all mid? They do have several people mid right now,
King of trolls coming through.
which, I mean, mid is in danger of falling, but I don't want to let top tower fall. And I'm keeping their
I'm not
Olaf
but they're about to be.
on the ropes up top here.
Has been destroyed.
So,
You can never bash something.
unfortunately, our mid tower has fallen. So, I probably could have gone there and done some good,
The fist.
just like I should. Oh, Rengar is him. They're all here. Oh. So I was trying to just focus on one of them, and it was Morgana has a sightstone and whatnot. There was no way I was going to escape that or take all three of them with me, which is unfortunate. I just allowed myself to get pushed and then lose sight of where they went, because I even made the mental note that, oh, they're gone from mid. My thought was they must have recalled, rather than my first thought being, oh, they're coming for me because I'm doing a lot of harm to their lane, which should have been fairly obvious. Now let's see if my
Did I break?
my teleport wasn't fast enough to get me to lane, which is unfortunate. And now we've got several of them pushing the top lane down. So this is not going as in our favor exceptionally well. So we are just going to sit here and defend the tower, because there's not exactly a whole lot else that we can do, because going super aggressive is not a good plan. I have no way to knock her off,
Freljord is mine.
to but we are going to start just dodging some of their abilities. Oh, there's a Morgana. Good thing I dropped that to see that coming in. It allowed Lee Sin to dodge it. And then it's going to be important to come over here and just help out in this team fight. But we are going to just come in here and keep after them. Oh, and that's a fail flash. So our Lee Sin is getting some kills. So that will be nice. I'm going to push this out as much as I possibly can.
This will only hurt a lot.
Because getting this pushing again, because top lane we've won rather hard so far. Well, we haven't won it hard, but we've won it and have kept the Olaf on the ropes long enough to really make a difference.
I'll show them.
So to prevent them from getting another tower here, I'm more than willing to push this out, though it does mean I'm getting a little bit into harm's way. We should get that bottom tower too. If we could get that bottom tower, it would be exceptional for our just overall ability to pressure the enemy. So it looks like they're all up now,
Going to war.
which means that I should start to back off a little bit, because I will end up getting a gank if I'm not careful. And that I don't want to die anymore, because I've already died more than I would have liked, at least without doing anything
King
offensively
of trolls
productive.
coming through.
So we're just going to chase him out of there, push this tower down. Because if we can push this tower... Oh, but here comes a Morgana. So they're up, but we did manage to push bottom tower down. So that is a big plus.
Freljord is mine.
But now they're going to be just pressuring mid here. and I don't really want to have that. We can't afford to have mid tower fall any more than it already has. Ooh, ooh. And I'm just going to miss all the CS.
Has been slain.
Oh, and Rengar went mid.
They're about to be.
I'm always hesitant to call MIA, especially when it's a group, because, I really want the ability to say which one is missing.
Oh, they look angry.
There we go, scare them off. Because they are going to want to take Dragon here. So that wasn't good. I mean, I kind of sacrificed myself in the hopes that my team would go, and now Lee Sin is going back in, which is going to get him killed against that team. He should have just gotten out. That would have been the ideal path for him to take, is just get out and find some way to regroup. But he chose to come back in. So what's doing the most damage? So I got hit by a little bit of everything, though it's still the basic attacks of Olaf, especially when he ults, that are really making a difference against me. And Lee Sin died knowing that Dragon was still up. So that's not exactly the greatest thing to happen for our team. But now we're going to come in here. We're going to see what we can do against this Zareth, who does happen to have a stun. So we're going to go hunting a little bit. Oh, there he is. He's going top. And he's going to outrun me. But there is this huge wave top that I do want to take a huge bite out of. Because I can't allow this to get to tower. And then I have to go back mid because that's where all the enemies are. So we're just going to get as much of this as we can. But that Olaf has been fed now. So we're going to come back mid now that we got the top lane pushing. I think I probably clicked on a minion. I always have the bad habit of clicking on a minion when I choose where to run in. And by clicking on the minion, and I was hoping my team would keep pushing there, so then we could get a pretty decent kill on them. But unfortunately, it was not to be so. Now then, Lee Sin has, I think, gotten every kill that I've gotten an assist for, which is unfortunate to be sure. It would be nice to get a kill instead of him, for once. But, at the same time, as long as we get the kill, that's what really counts. Ooh, and that axe barely caught me with its tail end. What are we worrying about now? Oh, Zareth is hunting. And he managed to get one with his ult. So now Olaf is still mid. He's just started getting a couple of tanky items. I mean, his boots. Oh, I guess he does have a Randuin's though. I missed that he had finished a Randuin's first. But we are going to just finish him off, and if we can, it would be very nice to catch up to the Morgana. But the Vayne managed to get that one instead. But now it would be nice to get this mid tower. I just realized all I've done is say it would be nice, it would be nice, it would be nice. But let's push this up. This mid tower should be no problem, especially with the Vayne. So let's just wail on this, and hopefully we can get a decent push coming out of this. Take a bite out of this, and let's take down the second tier tower. again with a Vayne. Oh,
war.
but Rengar's pushing there. So I've got to come back and I will defend this tower. I don't know where Rengar went, he's in the jungle.
Good mood.
Enemy rampage.
But it wasn't worth losing a tower to get that, especially since their team was just coming up.
Enemy
Come
double
on,
kill.
entertain me.
Although it would have been nice had my team seen that I was, in fact, recalling to lay off just a bit. Because there's no point in, once you're gaining an advantage, letting that advantage slip away through making bad decisions.
Turret has been destroyed.
Oh, and we just lost that tower because I was too busy taking wolves, which was foolish of me, but at the same time, the sheer numbers they had made it hard for me to really want to go in, especially when I only had...
No trip.
Oh, this is not a good place for me to be.
With a bit of
Oh, and my Bork didn't go off.
An enemy has been
I had
slain.
hoped that my Bork would go off and give me some advantage.
Slain.
So, they are doing a ton of damage from a lot of different sources, but it tends to primarily be
oh, they look
physical damage rather than magic damage. I mean, yes, the Zeroth has hit me several times, and the Morgana stuns are annoying, but really it's the Olaf and the Misfortune that are causing the most havoc. So to eliminate those damage sources, one, to just kill them would be the nicest
I'm
thing
not
to
a
happen.
police,
But
they're
in the
about
event
to
that a kill is not possible, then to negate the damage they do would be the next ideal bit.
not full cheap.
And my trinket's not up yet, so we're just going to continue to push here. Our top lane is pushing too, and I really want to just go up top and push.
An ally has been
There's really no need for us to go hunting in the jungle though. So at this point I'm going to come hunting for them.
Throw sorry and
Oh,
execute. Throw. This is throwdown.
spree.
did we get... No, the enemy got the dragon. I tried to bite the dragon, but I just couldn't combo against all of them. It came close though. And I used my ult on one... I don't know who I used it on. I was just clicking randomly because that was just a mess of bodies. But I tried to get my ult off in there to do something positive. Because our Lee Sin, who's the jungler, who has smite, well, they don't have smite. All he had to do was get in there and smite, and it would have worked. Now then, our bottom tower is looking like it's in a precarious position, with a Misfortune who can just eat it, moving quickly in its direction. But we can only do what we can do, so we're going to move out. It's still very tempting to just warp top lane and push that down. Because right now we're playing defensively,
King of trolls.
especially since we're missing two towers in the mid lane. So getting any help we could would be
I like my humans with a bit of spice.
extraordinarily delighting. But we do have our third stack on
They cross the wrong
our ultimate, which is Subjugate,
trip.
which but we are just going to wail on him, wail on whoever we can. So we were in on a lot of that, but I got stunned in an ult with nowhere to run. So that was unfortunate. That Misfortune ult was expertly timed. So again, it wasn't super ideal. They're going to get another tower out of it. Now would be a good time to get some magic resist though. Get that Spirit Visage. as they push down our towers, because Vayne is up now. We've got our
Turret has been destroyed.
our uh, Nami, the fish, up. What has Vayne built? Vayne hasn't finished her.
Enemy double
Time to
kill.
roll with the
Vayne
punches.
should have gone for a Blade of the Rune King first, because the way Vayne plays exceptionally well is if you can get a Blade of the Rune King and then stack your W, your silver bolts, because instead of trying to just hit them with your regular shots, which, while alright, aren't the greatest, the
You're in my
W
kingdom
does
now.
true damage once you stack 3 bolts on it. So that true damage really does add up, especially against a team of tanks where you've got the Olaf who can't even be stunned,
Ruining my
the
mood.
the Rengar with such spell vamp. So just getting the or lifesteal. So just getting the true damage just chunks the enemy.
Not troll chief, troll king. King!
Ooh, this is not looking good for our base. And I don't know why I pressed E there, or yeah, E. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm sure that's what everybody says. I was hoping maybe to dislodge him, but instead it just made it hard for me to get a kill, or to kill the minion, because it moved it out of my range. So I had to walk around my pillar of ice. And see, now because we're missing an inhib, we have to play base defense. I mean, we haven't even gotten a dragon, and we're the team that has smite. So we should have had objective control. Like, hands down, objective control should have been ours. So the fact that we don't have the objective control... Oh, and there's the Xerath. And Rengar is somewhere around here because he did ult. That's what the little exclamation point was a Rengar ult. So there's someone there, and I saw them. Now, if it's just one person, I'm tanky enough to face it, but if it's, half the team, then I would say I'm in a bit of a pickle.
But they're about to be.
So we're gonna run in here.
Did I break something?
So we're just gonna try and fight there. As you can see, my frame rate dropped when I was fighting in there, which is unfortunate. It made it hard to keep up. I am hoping that my frame rate issues resolve themselves eventually, and they should relatively soon. Hopefully within the next month I can work out a solution to the frame rate troubles I have while recording. So apologies for that. But we did manage to push them out of the base, which is nice. We still have one tower up at our nexus, so if we can get a solid ace and just push them back, we should be able to do something about this. And if we can push them back and maybe push mid hard, we could ideally take their inhibitor.
King of trolls coming through.
I would be very happy if we could take an inhibitor from them. But just right now, with how we're playing as a team, it just doesn't seem like an inhibitor is really going to be on the agenda. Now then, it may sound like I'm resigning myself to a loss. I'm not, but I'm just trying to be realistic. We are down by 5 kills, and we have not won an objective. So, statistically speaking, this is an uphill battle for us. But, as always, it's League of Legends. Anything can happen. So let's make something good happen. Ooh, we shut down the misfortune. But now it's time for me to come in here. Nami needs to get out. Yes, Pillar of Ice save them. And now I'm gonna run because there are a lot of angry people there that I managed to kill their ally. But I was just thankful that my Pillar of Ice was up to essentially block the Olaf, so he couldn't get to my Nami. Because the less kills we give up now, the better off we are going to be. I mean, I'm hoping we can mount a comeback. Right now we're only down by 4 kills. So if we can keep that up, and maybe if I can sneak in and take the dragon myself, because we really need some objectives. And the dragon would be super nice to catch. So I'm going to say I'm coming here. We've scared them off enough. Their Olaf is gone. They don't have the crab control anymore. So there's nothing stopping this. Unless somebody comes in randomly. So even without Lee Sin, we can take dragon and then come up here and just go on a spree. So I'm going to burn my ignite on him. I was hoping that I could keep vision on him, slow him down enough, and get something productive done. The tower has too much health for us to do anything without a minion cover. So, right now, best plan would be for me to come back here and, because posturing there, especially when our base is in such disarray, isn't really going, I mean, it'll keep them off, but if I can push this down, get the next tower here, it's going to be super effective in just annoying the enemy and keeping things from falling in our base. So denying them the global gold of a tower is actually really key right now, because they're still ahead of us. Though, albeit we are making a very good comeback. But I'm going to just push this up as much as I can. There are 5 mid, but hopefully my team can hold them off. There are 4 of my teammates there. And Trundle is exceptionally good at split pushing. But they did manage to get my one teammate. Now it'll be worth it if I can get up here and get this tower though. So I'm going to save my frozen terrain to just attack the tower as fast as I can. Ooh. So I'm just going to keep pushing because this may turn into a base race now. Nope. Time to recall. There's just no... Anyway, not the best game. Certainly there was some mistakes we made, but hopefully it was still enjoyable to watch, and you will learn something, how important objectives are and how annoying a dual top lane can be. That being said, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe. As always, have a good one, ladies and gents.